Okay, technical difficulties aside, I think we're back in the running, and we are back and alive. Oh, 3 weeks off from this just due to life. My gosh. What a
Busy stuff, sickness stuff.
Yep. I got COVID. Lucky me. Let's see. The dwarves of Eriluin have discovered a field full of buried treasures, and people are flocking in to test their luck at digging up rare finds.
It's a fairly fun little event if you want to take the map, and we can maybe do it later. It's short though.
We can do it. We can do it later, but I'll hold on to the map for now.
Yeah, let's at least get back to a place where there's a milestone that we could get back to after we're done treasure hunting.
Yeah. Well, I need to go grab the thing. I desperately need to be able to sell stuff and whatnot.
Well, the only problem is there's no convenient way to get back to where we are right now.
That is a problem.
We might just have to keep questing in Fangorn. Gotta tighten your belt.
Well, poop.
Here, eat this bird.
Hold on.
And don't take stuff out of your overflow until you have the store thing.
I've got stuff that expires in 20 minutes.
Let it die.
No! You know me. I'm a pack rat.
They give you a free pack to hold all this stuff.
Okay. Alrighty. Where are we headed off to now?
Theoretically, to go help wake up another Ent, because if you recall, Gandalf said, go wake up the Ents.
I do recall.
And we've mostly been unsuccessful at that. They mostly say, thanks for the help, back to sleep for me.
I can totally relate.
Look, a bunch of blackberries. Oh, that looks like spiders live there.
I will take your word on it. You've encountered a very distressed Huorn trapped in a great tangle of sticky and cruel webs. He stands at the base of a stone stair, and you do not much like the feeling of this place. This Huorn is very distressed in its great tangle of webs. Before anything can be done, it should be set free, for it is cruel to watch a creature suffer so. You only hope that this Huorn is not a hostile one. You showed great kindness to this distressed creature. The Huorn shows no signs of hostility and thanks. Indeed, it still looks restless, despite being free of its bonds. You fear that it feels the same sense of dread that you feel while standing on the foot of this foreboding stair. This distressed Huorn paces unhappily at the base of some stairs in a quadrant of the forest. Hey, Dill! We are back again. Yep. Some stairs in a quadrant of the forest that fills you with some fear. You should investigate what lies atop the stairs, for you suspect a significant spider problem in the area. It appears that these foes are spilling out of their nest. If this Huorn became entangled so near the sticky webs of the silken hold, it is likely that other creatures of its species may be trapped within. Other such Huorns might be the source of the distress in this fellow. Yeah, it's life's been a bit interesting for us. Let's see. What was the reason 3 weeks ago we were just wiped We just did not have the strength to get up for streaming.
Something like that.
Acorns litter the floor of the Silken Hold, threatening to grow into a doomed existence under the webs of the spiders who dwell here. The Silken Hold is guarded by 3 very old and evil spider mistresses. Okay. Kill stuff and rescue acorns. We can do that. Yeah, so 3 weeks ago, it was, spiders Fangorn are clearly no better than the spiders anywhere in Middle-earth. They're evil, must be slain at any cost. I think Tolkien had a thing against spiders. Yeah, so 3 weeks ago, we we were not feeling it. We needed a Saturday off. And then 2 weeks, or the following week, I had my tabletop tournament, thinking that, okay, you know, I will be fine. I'll just, you know, we'll make it up in the next week. And then last week, I was sick as a dog. We're pretty sure I had COVID, and so, or whatever the latest iteration of COVID is. So yeah, tournament went good. I actually ended up taking second. So it was a pretty good day overall for me. But yeah, for the yeah, ordered seconds. No, I took second overall for the tournament, so I was pretty happy with that. And by a fairly decent margin. What's really funny is that the night before, I'd actually been doing a playtest with the guy who ended up taking first on Tabletop Simulator, and I actually trounced him pretty thoroughly. And if it had not been for, no, 2 out of 14 actually. And if it had not been for just a small positioning mistake in the first round that caused me to lose my first match, I very well might have ended up at the top table in the last round. And so it was just a casual tournament though. It wasn't anything like super uber competitive, because like we were playing by, like, normally it's a 400-point game, and we were playing a 600-point game, so it was a bit bigger and not necessarily, you know, 200 or like not 200, too competitive. Like, people were bringing just kind of, you know, wonky fleets and whatnot. Though I was given a bar of soap because of how dirty I played, so, which I pride myself on. Okay, how many? I only have one Huorn freed. How many do you have, hon?
That was my second.
It it walked away while I was trying to free it, so I might need to circle back. Yeah, I mean, I had showered before I came. I showered the next day, so I guess in that sense, yes, I cleaned up afterwards. But I mean, it was a joke because of just how. So like, the game's called Star Wars Armada, and basically I brought in stuff that allowed me to shoot beyond the usual range, and also to manipulate the board to my advantage, rather than just a whole bunch of ships. And so it was really it was kind of a dirty maneuver, but it worked effectively. No, I know that was a joke, Dill. Are you freeing a Huorn?
I think if you start interacting before it is able to get too far away, then you'll still count for you.
Well, yeah, no, I just freed that one already because what you were doing on screen was invisible to me.
I was invisible?
I'm excited that we're able to be streaming today, yeah? Well, no, you weren't invisible. What you were interacting with was.
Ah.
And we have a 3-day weekend, so I'm excited for that, yes. Apart from that, I'm not sure what today in specific is, though. Yeah, Monday's Memorial Day for us. It's a holiday here in the States. Yep, so we're gonna go out, visit the grave of one of my close friends from childhood that died about 9 years ago in a motorcycle accident, who was a combat veteran as well, so he's buried over at the veteran cemetery. We're gonna go do that tomorrow because we'll be down in that area to go see my parents anyway, since they're in town. And I don't want to spend the gas to drive down there twice. So, yeah, so we'll be visiting his grave tomorrow, and then Monday day I'm doing a 1,000 point game with just someone from the Armada community here. Just, start early in the morning and just play, so yeah, very much looking forward to the 3-day weekend. Oh, no, it is not. It's like $100 for me to fill up. And we don't even fill the full tank. Costco just caps us out at $100. What are you doing? Hun?
Tracking.
Oh, okay. You've squashed many of the swarming spiderlings in the silken hold of Fangorn. The trees in this choke part of the forest. Hey, rest assured that the promise of future evil has been somewhat lessened. It's gonna be a while before we reach endgame, though, man. It's gonna be a good while.
I think we can do it today.
I mean, if you're that confident.
In our normal 3-hour window.
Ah, yes. Well, I mean, if we wanted to, burn our 150 boost or whatever. But yes, it'll be fun to be able to play with you in endgame stuff. We do, but I really kind of want to experience the whole, the whole thing.
The story and everything.
Yeah. You defeated a horde of Fangorn spiders, but there's still many other beings to slay in the Silken Hold. Your work here is not yet done. I followed you off a cliff yet again.
You heard my leg break before you jumped. It's on you.
I actually did not. True story.
That's just what you want me to think.
It is what I want you to think, because it happens to be true. The Huron bends towards you a little to examine the acorns in your hand. He's clearly pleased that you have saved young trees from certain doom amongst the spiders. Southwest of the Huron is a patch of sunlight. You should scatter the acorns in that spot so they may grow tall and hale. Okay, Timeless. The Huron bristles with pleasures as you relay the events of your battles against the three great spider mistresses of the Silkenhold. The forest here will be safer now that without them spreading their evil, light-smothering brood across the forest. Why can I not interact with the Huron? There we go. Okay. Hurons are not the most expressive of creatures, but you could swear this Huron looks relieved, even pleased. Maybe what you saw is not but a passing fancy, but you choose to believe that you have made this Huron very happy by freeing its poor friends. Yes, well, I will follow this particular woman into the depths of hell and back.
Aw.
So, which would also be my fault, but... Okay, where are we scattering these acorns?
Oh, over here, I found it.
This creature is pleased and relieved with everything you did to help it, now that its fellow trees and acorns are safe from the spiders and the threat has lessened somewhat. While this deed was not exactly what Gandalf asked you to focus on, you feel as if you have done the right thing by Fangorn nonetheless. It is time to move on, deeper into the forest.
And we know which way to go because we are psychic.
Basically. Now, if she's going to hell, it would be to visit me. Because I am definitely not heaven-bound. Oh my gosh, I can see sunlight.
This is like if it's late at night and you're walking on the sidewalk and you stand underneath a streetlight, and then you have to go back out into the dark.
Which is a very creepy feeling. Yeah, are you calling Fangorn Forest hell? I don't. I mean, there's a distinct lack of fire and brimstone here. You have found another sleeping ent in Fangorn. You feel a sense of dread looming near this place. Oh, I get to choose one. None of these are particularly useful for me. We'll go with that so I can sell it. As you approach this ent, you feel the weight of a heavy grief upon the air around him, like a grey mist. This ent withers under the powerful sadness. It is clear that the sadness consumes the ent Greenroot, but you cannot help him if you do not know why. You wait a moment for a memory to be impressed upon you, but Greenroot has retreated into his own slow thoughts.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, it really depends on the game. Like the game The Forest, yeah, I would agree that the whole thing there is that it is a living hell. And that game is just creepy as heck. But like, you know, Feralis in WoW, for example, or Darnassus, or Zuldazar, though I guess it's more of a jungle.
That's just a hot forest.
Yeah. Or like the Terracar Forest in WoW on either version of Draenor. Those aren't bad. Though the forest in Green Hell definitely is, because that's the name of the game. And yeah. Though to be fair, that is a very fun game. And side note, I was actually the first person to play Green Hell VR outside of the company because we got early access for the beta testing. So, go for me. Alright, later, Timeless. Oh, there's an infested stump over there.
Ah, that is probably what we're looking for.
Yep. I found the thing before you did! That doesn't happen often.
Ew, writhing worms.
Yeah, I know. Gross, right? But okay, so real quick in chat, has anyone played V Rising lately? Has anyone tried it?
Because if you haven't, you should.
It is amazing. It is such a fun game. You tell Greenroot that you saw the state of his herd, corrupted, twisted, polluted, blackened by evil influences in the forest. He closes his eyes sadly as you recount what you saw. You want nothing more than to help this lonely ant be free from the pain of watching his trees turn so evil. You can do nothing for Greenroot by consoling him. You must venture into the shadows of the Black Heart. You must try to understand the place before you can hope to heal it. But yeah, so we've been playing a lot of V Rising lately. Like I cannot play it enough. How did you get through here? I
Jump.
Oh, there we go. I'm still like locked. I'm still blocked. I can't get past.
Jump again.
I'm just gonna go around the tree.
That's not the Skyrim way.
Yeah, but we're not playing Skyrim. Evil-looking flies can be found in plenty around the Black Heart. These creatures would devour you in a heartbeat if you allowed them to. You should defeat some of them.
We should eat them?
No, defeat. Big
Eat
difference.
their feet.
Big difference. Yeah, honestly, hon, there's a part of me that's just like, we should just rent a server, you know, just like a cheap, like, 5-player server, to be able to, you know, have the two of us be able to play at this point for V Rising. Because...
Okay.
Well, we can look into it, but... Yeah, I'm having just too much fun of it with just single player, and it would be just so much fun with you know, multiple, so...
Oh, it would be. And we'd still build our own castles.
Yep. But anywho, yeah, if you haven't given it a try, highly recommend. Very fun game. Extremely fun game. If you're into that sort of thing.
You threw down your big rock for those little worms.
Oh, that's my only other AoE. You kill stuff so fast.
Well, those guys are particularly weak.
True. So are we? We're sharing credit, it seems, like, for interacting with the soil.
No, I have to interact with them too.
Okay. Well, how many are you up to?
7.
Okay.
They just don't despawn at all, so
All right.
we can get it at the same time.
Works for me.
Just triggers worms every time.
Well, no, if you... So I just tested this. It'll only trigger worms for one of us, as long as we complete it before, like within a very short window. So, like, because your worms are here, but mine didn't spawn.
That's true, there's only 3.
Yeah. But you see, I'm coming over here. But yours are probably going to spawn now.
I'm done. I've got all 10.
Oh, okay. I need one more black fly. Okay, I don't need one more black fly.
But the game did just hand you some more quests.
It is clear that the black heart is rotten from its very roots, with vile crawlers squirming out of every patch of mud. You may have rid the forest of many a harrying evil insect. This act was a kindness to all inhabitants of Fangorn. The trees in the black heart of Fangorn are evil to the core, coming after you without provocation and with a worrisome bloodlust. Many blackened swaths of land are barren, even of the twisted plants that grow in the darkest part of the forest. What happened here to turn the black heart so rotten?
Probably naming it the Black Heart.
Probably.
That's like looking at a perfectly good patch of ground and saying, that is the cursed forest.
Which is an area that, we're being followed, by the way. From what I was reading on Reddit this morning in the V Rising subreddit, is just an absolute nightmare to deal with. They're like, it's the cursed forest for a reason.
Thing is, we're the monster. Everything should be fearing our cursedness. That's what happens. You fall asleep for a couple centuries and everything forgets how cursed you are.
Yep.
That is one minor complaint I've heard about the game, is that when you're in that first zone and you go to the mine or you go to the armory and everything, it's like, these are miners, but they're bandits, so you don't feel bad about killing them because obviously they're bad guys. It's like, I'm an adult. Just let me know that I'm a vampire killing miners. I can accept that.
I mean, we're not exactly good people being vampires. We sustain ourselves with the blood of others. I am not friends with the monster that lives under the bed.
Why not? Do we have one?
I mean,
You should be.
Yeah, we have a monster that wanders around the apartment.
And wakes us up at 5:20 because he wants his breakfast?
Yep.
Yeah, that was only minorly irritating this morning.
I can imagine. That is a moral paradox, Dill. Land itself remembers the cruelties done to its trees and will not grow. But yeah, I'm not entirely in disagreement. Politicians suck.
Oh, hey.
What?
In your inventory, you've got a quest item.
Oh, I do?
In your overflow.
Heartwood. Okay. Great. Hold on. I've got like 4 or 5 of them. So destroy. Okay, make that like 7. Okay.
Around dozen.
Upon further investigation of the corpse of this incredibly hostile horn, you notice a strange piece of heartwood. This horn was evidently corrupted from the inside out, possibly from its long years spent in the Black Glade. Where'd you go?
I'm over here.
Well, politicians are already a bunch of blood-sucking vermin, so I don't know what blood you'd be sucking, but it wouldn't be theirs. The barren patches of land in the Black Heart still bear the shades of terrible events in the past, long remembering the suffering of its trees. Where is the Ent you saw that once watched over these lands? If his realm has grown so dark, what has become of him? You keep leaving me behind! Stop leaving me behind!
I'm looking for Horns to kill.
Yes, but I do not have a speed buff. We have been over this. You've defeated many of the bloodthirsty horns of Greenroot's corrupted herd. This forest will not be so treacherous for the creatures who wind up lost in the Black Heart. In the shades of the past, you saw that an Ent once resided over this fell glade of Fangorn. You must search for him and see if he can be helped, as Gandalf bid.
There's a dog barking outside.
Like, outside, like in the back?
Just somewhere down the street a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He just has much to say.
Yeah, we're still in the same place still. We're likely going to be here for at least another year or so. I mean, best case scenario, we're going to be here for at least a year. Likely, honestly, likely two, but we'll see.
We hope not that long.
We hope.
Do you need any more heartwoods?
I need one. Because, I mean, basically, we're anticipating... Oh, okay, that. Yeah, no, we're still in Fangorn. You've gathered evidence that the environment here makes the trees twisted and sick. Their blackened, corrupted heartwood is likely the reason they're so aggressive in this part of the forest.
Something tells me this green mist isn't good for the soul.
It definitely does not seem like it would be chicken soup for the soul. That is for sure. Stone.
Did you see the message that popped up?
Yeah, you feel a sense of fear, certain that hateful eyes are watching your every move. All of the darkness of this forest spins from this place. The Guardian approaches. He is starved, ill, miserable to the core. He will kill you if you let him. Oh, here, fellowship action. It's been a while since we've seen one of those. Hun, check out chat. The shadow is abated. You have ended the long suffering of this poor, twisted former guardian of the Black Heart. His realm was once hale, but he could not ward off the evil that crept into his realm and corrupted him to the core. Do you want to take that one, hun?
Well, so just as a general preface, if you have access to a copy of Return of the King, at the back of the book there are the appendices, and there is a section on Dwarvish history and culture, which is just sort of Tolkien's background that he gives us. It's probably the best source, because I'm not sure if you have to like do sources in your school presentation, and so that would be something you could actually cite in like your bibliography or whatnot. But the 30-second version is that they were created by one of the Valar who saw the other races, the humans and the elves, and he's like, I want a people who love the same things I did. But he wasn't actually supposed to try and create life. And so he got in a little bit of trouble for it, but because he did not actually do it with any bad intention, he didn't want to like be powerful. He just wanted beings who loved the earth and the minerals of it the way he did. They were granted true life by Iluvatar, who is sort of like the supreme god. And
the Valar.
yeah, I believe so.
Okay, no, okay, no, it is working. Okay, yeah, no, the Valar who made them was Arome the Smith, and when he did that, I'm forgetting who the Valar was who had objection to it, but that was also led directly to the rise of the Ents, because she was all like, well, they're going to come with axes to destroy my creations for their forges, and so that began the waking of the Ents. So their creation actually led to some pretty significant events in the history of Middle Earth. Um, they, however, were not, to kind of build off what my wife was saying, Iluvatar um, did it basically said, they have to sleep until after the first awakening, which was the awakening of the elves. And so they woke up sometime between the awakening of the elves and the awakening of man.
More about the first age. Let me see if I can find you some sources real quick.
Yeah, a great YouTube channel is Nerd of the Rings. Is a good one, and then I think Men of the West is their new name. Is that is that right, hon?
Potentially. I'm looking up real quick.
Yeah, I think it's Men of the West. Is the it used this one channel used to be like History of Middle Earth, and then they got a cease and desist order from like the Tolkien estate because they were doing merch that said Middle Earth on it. And so I think they've rebranded themselves to be Men of the West. So you can check both of those out. The Silmarillion, though, is a great resource for anything first age.
So that's a link to a playlist about dwarvish lore. And that one is from Nerd of the Rings.
Yeah, well, I think Men of the West have a more comprehensive history of the actual like dwarvish legacy and lore and whatnot.
I'm looking through their playlists aren't quite as delineated by race. And the whole thing with the first age is the dwarves, they played roles, but that was the age where the elves did most of it and the men did most of the rest. So, I mean, dwarves showed up a couple times at a few key battles and were very helpful, but dwarves were mostly not living in Beleriand as much. They were over at like Khazad-dûm, so all of the wars against Morgoth they weren't as much a part of. There were a few things here and there, but not quite as much as there is Elvish history of the time. Okay, let me think. What else might be a good source? And if anyone in chat has anything to contribute away.
I'm sure the Tolkien Wiki would have plenty of like citable links and whatnot back to different sources that you could be able to backtrace and everything. I mean, I hope what we gave you was helpful, because you know this is just off of what we know. So
If you want a good story about, well, this involves dwarves in the first age, and it's a conflict that they had with the elves of Menegroth. Look into the story of the necklace Nauglamir, because that was a necklace that had a Silmaril in it, and the elves and the dwarves both wanted it, and it led to some events. So let me put up the word Nauglamir so you can Google it better. So I mean, that's probably one of the big stories that doesn't involve one of the big battles of the first age that has dwarves as a central character. I don't know. Can you think of anything else? Wait a second. That would have been second age. There were no dwarves in the first age because I
no,
don't.
there were dwarves at the fight. There were dwarves at one of the
Hmm.
battles.
The first age did not end until the suns rose. The sun rose. So the first age was the age of the stars, and then men woke up when the sun rose, and that was the beginning of the second age. The third age started with the end of um, the Battle of the Three Armies. Or do I have that wrong? Is
No,
it the age of?
you got that wrong because
Okay, the Age of the Stars is a different
yeah,
age
because
then.
the fall of Melkor was what signaled the end of the first age. The fall of
Okay.
Sauron was what signaled the end of the second age.
Okay, so the Age of the Stars is a different age.
Yeah, those were entirely those were different ages of light, but
All
not
right.
necessarily like first, second, third age.
All right. Well, I hope that some of that might have been helpful. I hope we didn't just, waste your time.
No, I mean it sounds like it was so. The shadows have long kept the foliage so hatefully dense that it blocked all light into the black heart. It is time to push back the leaves to let the light shine in once more. There is hope for this place yet. Ooh, did the cat? Did the cat make a stinky poop?
He is a cat. He can
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
he definitely did. I was catching a whiff of something. I'm like, oh, that smells like cat, and I am being bombarded by it now. It is cat. Oh, cat, you are potent. You are a peculiar little creature. You are. I felt the shadows disappear. The light shines where my old, what is the word? Tarum. My old friend, he grew quite terrible here, quite sad, quite wrong. You freed him from his prison. I could not come in, or I would have rotted with the others. I slept at the edge of shadows, and I could not help, but you let the light in by yourself. Greenroot is awake now, at last. One Ent in Fangorn has felt some change.
Woohoo! We've not been totally wasting our time.
Oh, and we helped someone write a report.
Potentially.
Theoretically, yeah. Oh, I'm glad this is a Saturday where we have nothing going on, though.
What are you talking about?
I realized what I was saying right as I said it. Like, wait a second. No, my parents are coming up. That's right. Hey, we do have stuff going on.
You forgotted.
Yep. This ent has let his roots grow long and a beautiful memory out of the shadow of the black heart, but his eyes show that he is deeply worried about something. You should speak with the ent and see if it has any memories. God dang it, I keep getting this scam call. Speak with the ent and see if it has any memories to impart upon you so that you may be of some assistance. Holy crap, this scam number has called me 3 times now.
Well, turn your phone upside down.
It doesn't help that my watch is you know, vibrating too.
Take your watch off.
You feel long years of loneliness fluttering away as a tiny bird.
Look at the bird
hops
chirp, chirp,
about
chirp.
the grass, peeping and cheeping away.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Nah, Dill, I like messing with those people. You see a tiny bird flitting around in the old heart's vivid memory, chirping happily away as it hops about. This memory fills you with a painful worry. Why is the bird in memory and not here in the flesh? The worry is old heart's. This bird is his friend. He clearly wants you to find his little bird. As old heart's memory unfolds, you feel long years of loneliness fluttering away as a tiny bird hops about on the grass, peeping and cheeping away. Okay. The ant is worried terribly about a tiny bird. It will certainly be interesting to try to find one bird in the largest forest that you have ever set foot in.
It's only because, well, we've technically set foot in Mirkwood, which is much bigger.
Yeah, fair enough. Old Heart is evidently quite sentimental about his bird friend who nested with him this year. He has not seen the little bird for some days, and he has grown worried, for the bird was hard at work building a nest. The ant creaks nervously, but says nothing more. The ant is missing his little bird friend and wondering whether it could have disappeared for such a long time. This seems like a good opportunity for you to go on a little bird-watching adventure. An incredible hill stands east of Old Heart. You should be able to see quite far from atop it. Nah, Dale, I love scam baiting those people. Like, it's fun. It's fun to yank them around. It's hard to do right, because some of them just don't, some of them will just hang up the call, but if you can string them along long enough, you can get some really fun stuff out of it. Like, I got one of those extended car warranty people to actually stay on the line with me, which is rare, because they're trained to hang up at, like, any time you do not answer a question the way that they want. And she was just like, you know, so, do you have any DUIs? I'm like, none that the cops know of. Like, it was so awkward for her, you could tell. She didn't know how to proceed. And then she's like, okay. I already watched, hon.
I did too.
Okay.
Well, at least I tried. It's apparently not listening.
I mean, I need to go to the Northeastern Ridge now. Is this...
Oh, okay. I thought we went to the Northeastern Ridge. Oh, here. Stand here.
And then she was just like, so, you know, so how many vehicles do you own? And I'm just like, well, you know, that depends on how you define own vehicles. Because, you see, I come into possession of a lot of vehicles, but they don't really stay as vehicles for me. You see, I get them, and they end up as parts. Are you familiar with what a chop shop is? And then she just hung up, because I think I made it, I think I came on too obvious. But yeah, that was fun. Not quite as fun as the time I got a gift card, or a scammer on Facebook to be willing to accept gift cards to an adult novelties and boutique shop as payment for for my federal grant. Oh. You tell Old Heart of the acrid-looking fog you saw rising from the east behind where he stands. You saw no birds, but perhaps this fog is worth an investigation.
You dinged.
I did treat. Let's see. The Ent gives you a slow and silent stare, his eyes filled to the brim with concern. You should investigate the source of the unwholesome mist lingering above the treetops, for it creeps awfully close to this fine meadow where Oldheart has set his roots.
It is a rather fine meadow.
Oh, you were attacking an orc. I thought you were attacking this thing. The enemies of this part of the forest bear the mark of Saruman. You wish to expose the wizard's fall to evil to anyone who will take notice, and thus collect tokens of proof as you slay his minions. We need to get to a vendor soonish.
Well, we're in Fangorn Forest. There's no people here.
I have 0 inventory space. And stuff's starting to expire. The White Hand roams in Fangorn, polluting and corrupting all that it touches. The servants of Saruman should be slain to the very last. There's like orcs. There's orc filth and uruk corpses over this way.
Yeah, but there were a couple that way too.
Okay.
Look at them befouling this water.
Yep. Oh man, I can still smell that from the cat. That was... Oh man. Do we need to put more litter in?
Perhaps.
I have no lockboxes, Dill.
That's just what they want you to think.
At least none in my like immediate inventory. I have some in overflow.
We'll get those. That gives you more overflow space.
Yeah, I got rid of the ones in the pending. But the fact of the matter is I have a timer on the stuff in the pending, and that's running out on some of the stuff there.
Just let them die.
I pull up my talent tree and it lags like crazy. I'm not even, if I'm in an area where I can mail stuff, I'm in an area with a vendor, most likely. And we did not go out to Bree or anywhere that would have a person that could be able to give us a VIP bonus. You've done well to abate the spread of Saruman's most destructive forces in Fangorn, but the damage cannot be undone. This was an act of revenge, and revenge alone. No, we are VIP, but we have to go get the buff. And we didn't do that because we were so deep into Fangorn, and we didn't want to have to bother running all the way back into that part. We can mail without the item? Really? Wait, what are you doing here?
You need to go find more rubbish.
Oh yeah, I need... Okay, yeah, I need the one more then. Where beeth rubbish?
It's gonna be somewhere along the edge of the pond.
Ah, there we go. This pile of orc refuse is made up of horrors you don't want to imagine. The tiny bird has died from the fumes of the orc's filth. Old Heart's little bird friend is dead. You have found a great deal of filth from the slovenly horde of orcs and uruks who have gathered temporarily in this sector of Fangorn. This poor pond is polluted beyond recognition. The water is not water, but poison. The servants of the White Hand are cruel even in their carelessness.
Sad little birdie. I also like how we can just freely swim through this toxic water.
Hero shield. Plot armor.
Didn't protect us in Angmar.
That's true.
Though that water was, like, green.
The Ent stares with some shock at the burden you present. Saruman. Old Heart understands. Old Heart's eyes are hopeful as you return from your search for his tiny friend. It will not be easy to break this news to him. Oh boy. Okay, well I've got to discard stuff now. Okay, hold on. I'm tossing a couple of things out of my inventory, so.
You have finally had some measure of success, for Old Heart seems quite awake for the first time in an age. But you are filled with trepidation, for some great power has woken with him.
The Ent is silent,
or your very bones.
Or is there a faint rumbling voice that you perceive as you approach? It is difficult to say, but you believe this Ent wishes to communicate with you, sleepy and tree-ish as he seems. You are tempted to lie to Old Heart to spare the Ent his feelings, but it will not do. Those keen eyes will see through it at once. You gently relay your tale to Old Heart of the orcs of Saruman, the sullied water, and the little victim, a bird that did nothing but pass unwittingly through the cloud of death that creeps upon all the lands of Middle-earth. Oh, is he gonna go rage? Dead. All creatures die, but this I must see. Come, small one. Alright, what can I get rid of from my inventory at the moment?
Are you littering in the forest?
Yeah. I'm more just going through my inventory and seeing what I can and can't get rid of. Why do I still have a ring above this guy?
I don't know, but I'm gonna kill some orcs first.
Yeah, because I've got, you know, it says follow Old Heart.
He wasn't gonna move till we killed the 4 orcs.
No, I figured. The Ent is silent, or is there a faint rumbling? Okay. The Ent rumbles softly as he searches for a voice that has not been used for many years. Harum, where is my little friend? Please bring him to me. The Ent stares down at the bird's lifeless body. A strange expression plays across his eyes. I see. Yeah, he pissed.
Cat just spooked me.
He would do that.
I just all of a sudden felt something fuzzy on my arm, and it was like, what is that? It was kitty whiskers. This Ent feels the bloodlust.
Old Heart stares at the edge of the pond and turns around expectantly. They are coming. There will be revenge. There will be justice. Orcs will pollute the eaves of Fangorn no more. The Ent's eyes now burn with a fire that fills you with fear. Fear, admiration, and awe. It is good to be a friend of the Ents, and not an enemy. You have done enough, little roomkeeper. The Ents will take over from here. We cannot slumber while our forest is corrupted by the filth of Saruman. Okay, so we need to search for Leofmar outside of Fangorn.
At the little hunter camp or fishing camp.
So we're out of Fangorn at this point?
Looks like it. We're free!
Cool. Merchant!
It's like the video game version of, like, after you've had a long car ride and you get to your destination and people are like, good to see you, and you're like, out of my way, I gotta pee.
Pretty much.
You're barging into the camp like, out of my way, I gotta sell stuff.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, here I go.
Ah, you would. You would. Why do I do this? Wait, why are we back in Fangorn?
We're really deep in. We've got a ways to go.
Yeah, but why are we back?
We were never out.
I thought we just left Fangorn.
That was just a clearing. A glade.
Yep, I got tricked. As was once famously said by a fishy admiral, it's a trap.
If you look at your map, you'll see that we were quite far into the forest.
No, I mean, we're on the edge of it, though. But we've gone through a lot of it. Dill is saying take the boat down at the river. It looks like we passed that, though.
Yeah, we did. Oh well, I'll make you walk it.
And
we're almost there, though.
Why are we not using the very clearly defined path?
Because this is not the Hobbit.
Okay, then that would mean that we would take the clearly defined path. Because they veered from the path.
But the path isn't cursed. This is a wall of trees.
Just a bit.
And we're out.
Ah, thank Xenu.
What brings you to these lands?
Montu, I was beginning to think I had imagined that I met you. How good it was to see you again. I will have you know that I am feeling much better, and I have found my courage after all. I slew many orcs as I made my way out of Fangorn to repay the kindness of that creature. Or was it a vision? It all felt like a dream. But I am braver now, and I have lent my bow to these fine men as well. Someday I will return to Garsfeld and restore my honor there. I mean, I still don't really think you lost any honor. You you're not a soldier.
Will you aid us?
Listen, Montu, there's a matter of no small importance that I must share to you.
Aid us.
To the south, in the Sootcrofts, is my homeland. I come from Garsfeld, a town of proud crofters, and for reasons of my own, I now find myself here. Garsfeld faces now more challenges than it ever has in the past. The Thane, Gisil, is a strong warrior, one of the strongest I have known, but he cannot hold forever. I would ask that you travel to Garsfeld and the Sootcrofts and aid them in any way you can. I will return in my own time. You have my thanks, Montu.
There's vendors right here.
Yep.
Do you have need of our assistance?
Oh, gosh, that is nice to finally be able to get rid of some of that crap. There we go. Alright. Oh, whoops. Dang it. I opened the anniversary gift box by mistake. Now I've got 4 things taken up. Instead of 1.
Oops.
Yeah. Whoops. There's not a milestone here, is there?
Do not see one.
Why is this Veil Scout... Okay. Never mind. We can't attack it. I thought we couldn't for a second there. Why is he in the camp?
Because nothing's stopping him.
Okay. Where to now?
Well, let's run to Garsfeld, and then we can bind there.
Okay. Ferrari on ice skates.
You know you love it.
Yeah, I do enjoy the speed. That is true.
Besides, look at this amazing night sky as we ride.
It is pretty. Okay, Ferrari on ice.
Either I just heard an eagle or somebody shot off fireworks.
I don't know, but this Veil Scout is outrunning me. Chasing after you.
You gotta run faster.
I'm at max speed. Also, yes, I've used that line several times, Dill. Wow, Callista is like... Something seems off. 885 health? I know she has more than that.
Did your points get reset?
They might have. Yeah, they did. I've got... Well, no. I've got 42 points apparently, but I still have stuff that's maxed out. What the frick?
That is odd.
How do I have... How do... Okay, I will respec her, because I'm I am confused. I mean, is it the same for you?
My horse looks normal. Your horse just missed you so much.
That it atrophied?
Yes.
Interesting. Free-roaming Auric bulls could provide meat and hides for the entire town of Eoworth. You should hunt some.
It's a repeatable we've done before.
Yeah.
We're going to Garsfeld. Jump the water!
Oh, I just ran through it. Alrighty. It's nice to be out of
Welcome and well met, my friend.
the trees.
And back into a little palisaded village.
Yep. Okay, I need to probably... I mean, Dill's saying I need to respec my horse, so... Okay, no, so I had 42 points spent, but no points... I have no idea what's going on.
Magic. That's what's going on.
Apparently. Okay. Okay, hopefully that fixes whatever happened there, but let's keep going here.
Or do you want to go to Bree?
Sure. We can go to Bree, and then we can milestone back.
We go to Bree, and then we go to the treasure hunt.
Oh, you want to do the treasure hunt?
It doesn't take very long unless you get really lucky and start just looting tons of pickaxes.
Wouldn't that make it not take even less long?
Well, so the whole thing about the treasure hunt is you get a limited number of pickaxes at a time, and you can either spend real money to buy more, or you get you do the quest to get more, or you get really lucky, and as you dig up treasure, you get more. So if you don't get a ton of extra pickaxes or dowsing rods, then it goes pretty quick.
Well, okay then.
Did I actually load in Bree faster than you?
You did?
That never happens.
Well, it did this time.
So looking at you riding that pig from ahead, your legs are like way uncomfortably far apart.
Yep. Yes, yes, they are. They are indeedly.
I mean, it would probably be more comfortable just to sit cross-legged on top of it.
That I think would not be quite as comfortable.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something? Could I speak with you a moment? Greetings, friend.
Okay, there we go.
Do you feel better?
I do. I do indeedly. Alright, back to Garsfeld.
No! Use your map to the treasure field.
Oh, okay, that's right. Where's my map to the treasure field?
Did you sell it?
Did I? Nope, I got it. I was pretty sure I'd locked it.
Alright, so this guy will introduce you to all the concepts whenever you get here.
I'm loading right now. Okay, which guy? This guy with the ring over his head?
Yep. Typically how it works.
Aldolf. Are you here to join in the treasure hunt? It seems that with each passing day, more newcomers come through seeking to learn the secrets of our trade. You'll need to hurry if you wish to join the others. Head across the path to the treasure hunter's camp, and you will find Halthor Goldeneye. He will instruct you further. Oh, and one more thing. Halthor can be a bit gruff at first meeting. Don't let it discourage you. He will soften once you've proven yourself. I'm not even sure what I was going for there.
You could just use your normal voice.
Yeah, but
Or is that too simple?
It's fun. More green hunters. Every year you lot get sloppier than the last. I'm half mind to call off the treasure hunt altogether, but today you're a lucky elf. We're short of able-bodied hunters, and Aldolf has convinced me that we should give you a chance. Now that the formalities are through, welcome. I'm Halthor Goldeneye, Huntmaster and Senior Cave Claw Trainer of the Treasure Hunters Camp. You'll be wanting to get out and start hunting, I suppose. You might want to have a look around the camp first and speak with some of the seasoned hunters before before setting pick to Earth, though. Go and search for Tor Wayseeker. He is a master at digging.
What was that accent?
I have no idea. It was a voice.
I am at your service.
Alright, F it. Here to learn from the fine art of unearthing treasure, are you? There's not much to it. It's all in the wrist, as they say. Take this treasure pick and give it a go. Bring me back whatever you discover, and we'll see if you've got what it takes.
Well met.
Excellent. You'll make a fine treasure hunter. You've already mastered the hardest part. I've been told to send you over to Orange Gem Finder, the dowsing instructor. Superstitious nonsense, if you ask me. I much prefer my arm and eyes to a bit of crystal, though Halthor Goldeneye believes strongly in it.
I am at your
One of the new hunters, young Wayseeker, sent you to learn about dowsing, I suppose. The lesson shouldn't take long. Dowsing is easy to learn, though quite difficult to master. Do you see this crystal? Simply take it by the chain and hold it steady. Focus on the area you wish to douse, and, well, you'll just have to see for yourself. You can borrow my crystals and practice on the 3 dig sites in front of me.
So select a dig site.
Okay, now it's... well, like, I was clicking on it, it wasn't working. Oh, wait, I don't have the thing in my inventory?
So open your inventory and you'll see it there. It'll look like a little gem with some ribbon.
Oh, so, okay, gotta use that. And now I do... Wait, what?
greetings.
I'm so confused. Very good, you'll make a fine dowser. Next, you'll want to speak with Sagar, our cave claw trainer. Hurry along, I hear he's been asking for you. I am so confused. What is going on? Yes, you there. You're Vontu, are you not? Hurry along. I've been expecting you. I've been instructed to teach you in the care and handling of cave claws. We've found and trained a very docile bee to the priest. They rarely, if ever, cause trouble. I've got a friendly one all caged up and ready for you. Let's see if you can handle yourself with one of the beasts. Okay, okay, so summon it.
Yeah, out of your inventory, and it will run towards a dig site and go, "Look what I found." It will indicate how big it thinks the dig site is.
It found a huge dig site. Okay, so just go back to him now.
Mm-hmm.
Well met, friend.
I've never seen a novice handle one of our cave claws so effortlessly. He didn't even nip at you. I've already spoken with Halthor about your prowess. Return to him with my blessing. You're ready to go treasure hunting.
Greetings, traveler.
It seems you're a quick learner, Vontu. All of my hunters have nothing but good things to say about your performance. I've done quite well in selecting you as one of our new junior treasure hunters. I've told Arngils all about it. He is out in the field with the others. You'll want to hurry out to him if you're to find the best treasure. Okay. I guess so, Dill. I guess. Okay, so what exactly am I doing here? Am I just running from one dig site to the next?
At your
Yeah, so basically, use your pick on dig sites. You should have about 10 of them now.
Okay. There you are, Vontu. I've been following you. Oh. I've been following your progress. I was wondering when old Althor would send you into the field. Here are some gifts from the instructors to get you started. If you need another pick, return to the treasure hunter's camp and speak with John Doerr.
I would be
Hello again, Vontu. How goes the hunt? If you're looking for another treasure hunter's pick, go and speak with the... Okay. Do I accept the quest?
Yeah, accept it. He'll just give you 2 more if you go back to him.
What round has ended?
So that means that all the dig sites are going to despawn, and then they'll refresh in a minute with new amounts and new locations.
Oh, okay. So I mean, it just says go talk to Halthor Goldeneye.
Yeah, you can go back and talk to him if you want. He'll just give you, like I said, a couple more picks.
Okay, so what am I doing here?
Dig up dig sites. You can get pets. You can get... There's mounts that you can get.
Oh.
You can get tokens that you can trade at a vendor, which is what you're mostly going to get.
I got a pet, it looks like. Trained cave claw cage.
Cool. So that's either going to be the one that goes and sniffs dig sites, or it's going to be an actual pet.
Oh. Yeah, okay, no, it's the actual pet.
Cool.
Or
So
no, it's the one that sniffs it out, sorry.
So this is just something they do on the weekends a couple times a year, and it's just a little fun way to spend like 10 minutes.
Interesting.
And if you don't have any dowsing gems or cave claws, then just start digging willy-nilly.
Oh, I got a small buried treasure cache.
Ooh.
And a large treasure cache.
Ooh.
This isn't too bad.
No, like I said, it's just a quick little thing you can do.
So what do we trade these treasure tokens for?
I'll show you the vendor when
Okay.
you are ready to go back to where most of the dwarves are just hanging.
Oh, I apparently don't have any more axes. So I go back to Halthor,
Yeah, go back, he'll give you 2 more. And that's a repeatable, that's...
but I can only get 2 at a time.
Unless you want to spend real money, basically.
Hmm. So I can do 2, then come back, then... That's annoying. Are you back again? I've no doubt you'll find the mother lode with all these picks. Don't come back empty-handed. Oh, okay. This cave claw looks hungry. You should collect berries for it. How do I... Where are the berries that I collect?
Out in the treasure field.
Ah, okay. Oh, the dowsing item? Or the... What do you mean the doctor item?
Yeah, so if you've got a dowsing gem, like left click on a dig site, and then you use it, it'll tell you the size of that dig site. So like small, medium, large, or whatever.
Okay. Very weak reading. So I'm assuming that it's just gonna say like very weak reading or whatever means that it's a very small.
Yeah, it'll say, like if it's a very large or very strong or
Gotcha,
a medium.
okay.
But the quest where you can go to the dude and get 2 pickaxes, that's repeatable every 10 minutes. So if you like just chill in the area, you can keep doing it.
Well, I mean, I'm out of pickaxes at this point, so.
I am too. I'm collecting berries at the moment.
So you can get 2 digs every 10 minutes unless you want to spend money.
Yeah, basically. Or if I think this berry quest is a repeatable quest. I'm not sure how often it lets you repeat though.
Like, do you have to use mithril coins, or like can you use LOTRO points?
You can use LOTRO points.
Okay. How many LOTRO points is it per axe?
I've never honestly looked to spend real money on any of this,
Oh,
so.
Fair enough.
But the berry quest is repeatable every 15 minutes.
I mean, I've got a fair amount of LOTRO points. Like, I don't know. I mean, this was a fun little diversion. So, where do we go turn the stuff in?
So by that Halthor dude, there's a vendor. He's a rewards vendor.
Oh, I got 2 more pickaxes. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me get back out there and, examine a few more of these dig sites. No, gosh dang it.
What?
Oh, the stupid cave claw went for the thing I just did the dousing on.
That means it was the largest within 20 meters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it automatically goes for the largest it can find within 20 meters.
I see.
So that does mean go to a new area of the dig site.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just burned my last 2 picks that I have, so.
I have 1 more.
Oh, no, 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 no.
What?
Dang it. Broke my leg,
Oops.
and I might be a little lost.
Did you jump off the treasure hunt zone?
It would appear that way.
I will come find you.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Don't I still have... Oh no, I burned the treasure map, didn't I? When I used it.
Well, do you have any more picks?
No. But I wanted to check out the vendor.
Oh, okay.
Is that you?
Yep, that is me.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a long time since we were in this area of the map.
Yeah, it really has been. It's been a very, very, very long time.
But yeah, like Dill's saying, don't waste LOTRO points on picks unless you like are really into it. It's just take the the free ones it hands you every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It's just a little diversionary thing.
How far out away did I get?
You just jumped down the cliff. But here we are. It's right back now.
It seems like I went way far out of the zone. Okay, so
The reward vendor is the one you want.
Sigtyr or whatever.
Maris.
I am at
Look to the left.
Greetings, traveler.
Okay,
So, I mean, there's housing decorations, there's emotes, there's cosmetics, there's a goat, there's a couple pets. There's a lot of pets.
yeah, which are all basically outside my price range.
And, like, most of these things you can, if you get lucky, get them out of dig sites.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Well,
There's also chickens you can carry.
I think they should make it so that you could buy picks with the coins that you get there, but whatever. All right, well, let's get back to what we were doing.
Back to Garsfeld.
Yep. This was a fun distraction.
Like I said, it doesn't take very long.
Nope, it does not. All right. Talk to Gizzle in the mead hall of Garsfeld.
Let's talk to literally everyone else first.
What?
I'm joking around. Okay. I don't think there really is anyone else who will talk to us.
I wasn't sure if that was a joke or not. Hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm on your table. I'm on your table. Current quest, Sam Harvest. Welcome to Garsfeld, stranger. I am Gazelle, Thane of Garsfeld. I must say that I find myself impressed that you managed to make your way into our town alive. Many forces have besieged Garsfeld, and my men and I have struggled to keep them outside the walls. For such boldness, I will hear what you have to say. You relay your tale of Leofmar and your journey to the Sutcrofts. Leofmar, I've not seen him for some time now. No matter, he sent you here for good reason, and if you are to aid us, we must act quickly. It is no secret that Garsfeld has fallen on the very worst of times, Vontu. For my own part, I have struggled to keep the crofters from the enemies at our doorstep, and more importantly, from the panic that they are surely feeling. My son, Gisling, has taken a more active role in the moving against our foes, but we fight a losing battle. If you would, speak with him. He may have use for you on the fields, and I am curious to know of any new thoughts he has for the days ahead. Greetings, Vontu, was it? I am Gisling, son of Gisel. I am sorry for my rather unenthusiastic introduction, but dark days loom over Garsfeld. The half-orcs stalk our fields, Krebine pick at the crops that still stand, and the orcs have pushed forth in the south. I am certain we can beat them back, but I know not how long we can hold against the tide. For now, though, we should fight. Return to my father. I may be skillful in battle, but only because I learned from his valor through the years. He will surely have some thought on what our next move should be. Ah, yes.
Well.
Gisling is right. I have thoughts of my own on how to resolve this matter, but we have talked enough for now. Let us first aid the people of Garsfeld and push back against those that would surround us. My son's heart is in the right place. The half-orcs have sacked most of our fields and lurk just outside town. We've held them on the fields, but we will soon find ourselves surrounded. If you could take the fight to them, we might be able to start pushing back toward their camp to the northeast. Travel to the crofts just outside of town. You will find the half-orcs there, or if you don't, they will certainly find you. Go with care. As I said, the safety of my people is of the utmost importance to me. The half-orcs are causing far more harm than the damage they do outside the town. With our crops ravaged, it won't be long before our supplies of food begin to run dry. There are many among us that require aid. I would ask that you seek out Algoric and Bernwyn, two crofters that have toiled for the good of Garsfeld for many years now. Also, I am certain that my son will have another task for you should you seek him out. Speak to them, and know that you may yet bring hope back to Garsfeld.
Wait, come back.
Ah, good point. Ah, my father has sent you. Very well. Let me tell you of our next course of action. About 3 days ago, Snowborn sent a caravan of supplies north to aid us in our situation, but they never made it here. I believe the caravan was ambushed by goblins and half-orcs, and now food that would have saved us is in the hands of our enemy. The goblin riders would have been the ones to strike at any passers-by. They patrol the fields to the southeast and southwest of Garsfeld. Run them down and see if you can get any of our rations back.
So we have to go back into the Entwash Vale for a little bit.
Okay. I'm just glad to be out of Fangorn. Okay, so where are we headed to?
Go to Aelworth.
Can do.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
I'm glad we don't have these like super long rides that we have to do anymore. Most of the stuff is just swift travel these days.
Swift travel is nice.
Well, I mean, like you remember the what was it, the Estelden 10K that we had to do?
Dismount, quick.
Oh, okay, there's my mouse. Frick.
Aylmer and his men are still here.
Aramir and his men are still here, Vontu. I spoke with him briefly, and he said we were welcome to make the southward journey with him. He has a few places he would like to stop on the way, including the Stone of Wirgund. Horn sighs heavily. Do you remember, Vontu? It was the story I told by the campfire on our journey by boat down to the Anduin with Corridon and with Nona. King Fengel and his line were cursed. No heir of Fengel's line would survive to sit long upon the throne of Rohan. Many thought that the curse had been broken by Prince Theodred, but it seems it was not so. Aemir wishes to visit the stone, and you must understand why. With the prince dead, he, as Theoden's nephew, is now next in line for the throne. He is of King Fengel's line, and the curse must now be ever in his thoughts. Speak to him, but gently. Who can know what it must be like to live under such a curse? Did you learn anything about your friends from the site where we destroyed the Uruks? Aemir listens to your account and marvels particularly at your description of Baldbark. What a strange tale you weave, Vontu. To think such peculiar things persist under the light of the sun in these days. Tell me when you are ready to depart, and my men will be ready. There are a few sites I would have us visit on our way south to Snowborn, and from there we will go to Edoras. You're welcome to ride with my men and me on our southward road, but there is one place I have planned to stop before we reach Snowburn. Have you heard of Wirgen's Stone? It is involved in the tale of Rohan, and I am quite interested in seeing it again. It's a solo thing.
Lame.
Okay. Well, there we go. Now I can leave. Frick.
You are welcome to ride with my men and I on our southward road.
Alright. By the way, my mom just texted, and apparently Luke and Janelle
I have
want to
business
join
in
us,
Snowball.
but they'll pay for their own
But
food.
first, I would see
Oh, okay.
Wirgendar's stone. Will
There
I
it lies,
use
Vontu,
full
the stone of
thrones
Wirgend.
curse?
Do you know the tale? Éomer seems surprised to hear that you have been told the tale of Wirgend and the Crone and King Fengel, but then realization dawns. Of course, you would know it. How could you travel with a bard such as Horn and not know it? It is a popular tale, though it be grim and unpleasant. I expect it is true in all lands. The people enjoy stories that seem to explain their poor lot or continued hardship. The Mark's finest lore masters pored over the words of Wingard's Cursed. They read it thus, that no son born of Fengel or his heirs would survive to sit long upon the throne. They thought the curse would end if something happened to restore the lost glory of Rohan. What lost glory? Oh, I think I sold all my fireworks, dang it. Oh, whatever. It was thought for many years that Wingard's curse had already expired. My uncle's father, Thengel, lived in Gondor, and the lords of Rohan called a Witan and begged him to return to the Mark and take the throne. They said he was virtuous enough and would be such a good king that his reign was certain to end the curse. Indeed, Thengel lived long, and his son Theoden now has many years behind him. It seems now, with the death of Prince Theodred, that the curse merely slumbered. Perhaps it did not affect Thengel or my uncle because they were already born, or because they were not in the Rittermark when it was set. None but Wirgend can know, and she is long dead. The curse that did not affect Thengel, did affect his daughters, and few of their sons survived to reach adulthood. I am of the line of King Fengel, Vontu. Will the curse of Wirgend now affect me? I am fated to die, and am I fated to die and Rohan to suffer? Will all I seek to accomplish come to naught? The deeds of the past often have grave effects on the present, Vontu. Curses have power, and with the force of belief behind them, they can become even more powerful. How else can the misfortune of Fengel's line be explained? And how will the knowledge of the curse affect Éomer's actions now? The people of Rohan need him to be strong. He cannot cower in fear of Wingard's memory, or his people will suffer. I had been so certain the curse was broken, and as had been all of Rohan. What must it be like to labor beneath the shadow of such a thing, and never know when it will reveal its fangs? If Éomer, out of fear, refuses to fight the evils that face our land, then Fengel's greed will have struck the death blow for Rohan. We're to attack! Mount up and slay them all! If you insist. What the frick? Callista still has, like, stupid low health. Before, 3 weeks ago when we were playing, she had she had several thousand. Now it's at 885. I respect and everything.
I do not know.
And only like 517. What the frick? I mean, how much does your worsted have?
Like 2,000.
Yeah. I mean, is it because I'm a caster?
Don't know.
Because I seem to recall it being a lot higher than this.
When you're done with combat, look at the horse's skills and look at the ones at the top. And see
I maxed out 3 of those.
Did you max out the one that is endurance?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can respec again if I need to, but... I'm medium. But apparently that's enough to get me one shot, easily. It didn't used to be like this. Like, I swear, before, you know, like 3 weeks ago, the last time we played, or last time we streamed, I was a lot higher than this.
Fortunately, these guys aren't too tough for you to just take out on foot.
No, and I'm kind of, you know, forced to take them out on foot. Okay. Well, that's annoying.
Somebody in World Chat says they got banned from the Prancing Pony after the incident with the lizards.
The orcs have unwittingly helped me, Yvonne. During the battle, I had no thought at all for Wergend or her curse. I have made up my mind. I will not allow the curse of Wergend to control my actions. I am my own man, Eamon's son, and I do not fear the memory of ill deeds done or vengeance sought. I will fight for the people of Rohan until I can, no longer can do so, and even then I will keep fighting. I have given Wergend the time I thought she was due, and now I put the stone behind me, and I will think of it no more. Onward to Snowbourn. We are needed. So we're headed to Snowbourn now, instead of Garsfeld.
No, you're teleported back here.
So we're going back to Garsfeld or not?
Thank you
Garsfeld
for your
next.
help, friend.
Okay. Thank you for your help, friend. I am glad to have you and your companions as allies when danger strikes. Orcs and wargs are the type of danger I am not afraid to face. Threats of a more otherworldly nature, those I cannot abide. Still, Eamon's son will not face such dangers with as bold a heart as he can manage. Bolder still, with allies such as you at his side. I'm ready to continue our ride south to Snowbourn if you are. I ordered Reeve Fastra to empty his lands, sending his people across the Entwash where they can be better defended, but he is young and I fear foolish. I ride to see if he has obeyed my command. We will speak again at Snowbourn. Okay. Oh, you're on your war steed. That's why I'm lagging behind.
Piggies just aren't as fast.
Nope. Okay, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna take a look at this. Power, strength, agility. I thought I had endurance maxed out, but I guess not. Well, okay then, whatever. I don't know if I'm spec'd for sacrifice, though. I think I... Like, to answer your question, Dill, let's see, what have I got? Like, I know what you're talking about. Let's see, caution. I don't think I have... I don't think I have that spec for it. Okay, whatever. I'll look later. Oh, it's in the middle line?
You should come inside this house.
Oh, you're not in the meat hall?
No.
Okay, I thought you were in the meat hall.
I'm hanging out with Burnwin.
Who the frick is Burnwin?
Somebody we need to aid.
Okay, I don't know what house you're in.
Go back towards the gate that we entered the city.
Okay. Is it this one right here?
I think so.
Okay. Yep, okay.
Will you
Hello,
aid the
Burnwin
red
is my
hero?
name. If you could spare some time, I would greatly appreciate your help. I have seedlings that are ready to plant, but alas, our crops are damaged, nearly beyond repair. The grimness of our situation is not lost on me, traveler, yet I know that we can survive, and if we can plant more crops for the next harvest, I know we'll be better off. If you would, go out to the crofts. You have strength enough to fend off those wicked half-orcs, so I trust that you can plant these for me. Please be safe, though.
Look, horses.
Yep.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
I love how these people are just totally fine with us walking into a private
Welcome
residence.
and well met, my friend.
They know that we are the hero of the universe.
I don't recall having seen anything in the meat hall when I was in there, but we can go check it if you want.
No, we gotta go this way.
Okay. How could you make that jump? There we go.
Because I'm not using short, piggy legs.
Well, mine also just wasn't jumping either.
Our success.
Ho, traveler! I am Agelric, and until recently I was a respectable crofter. Have you heard that flapping, that infernal cawing on our fields? I thought the half-orcs were bad, but even they do not peck at our wounds. Those dark birds have come to strip away all that is left of our crops. Even the scarecrows have been torn asunder. I have an idea, though. Those birds aren't too bright. Will you go out to the crofts and fool them? Hold as still as a scarecrow, and when they come to peck at you, you can solve our problem in your own way. Yes, let me know if that works. Sure. And we have we already got the thing for from Gisling?
Yeah.
Okay. So is anything here part of our epic storyline?
No, nothing in this town.
Okay. Just making sure I was on the same page. I always follow you off the cliff.
Yep. If there's a cliff, you gotta jump it.
This is an interesting guitar.
Is it an interesting guitar?
The music. Do you not hear it?
I do not hear guitar music.
Oh, okay. I thought it sounded like guitar to me. At least up until we got to this point. That is a very... What is the horse doing out here? I can't even select it.
Being a horse.
Yeah, see, Dill said he heard it.
It must not have triggered that song for me.
Hold on, I can get the 2 more Krebine. I still have to activate this.
Do you love T-posing on purpose?
Oh, I need to be a... Oh, okay, so I need to go back to that other one then. Dang it. I thought for some reason... Okay, so we are defeating Krebine, but I still also need to be... Yeah. Overexertion.
All the Krebine in the world are dead. Stand there with your arms out. It's required.
Yep. Why is there steam coming off the ground like that?
I believe it's smoke.
Oh, fair enough. But what's burning? Just the crops?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm apparently the only one who did not hear the new guitar. I'm just not lucky enough.
Nope, it would appear that way, unfortunately. Well, thankfully here, like with the plots of Earth and Fangorn, depending on timing of when we do it, it seems we can be able to do that without triggering a duplicate of spawns.
Yeah. We do look fairly ridiculous, though.
Oh, of course we do. We absolutely do.
Is that what makes it fun?
I mean, that's just kind of part of an MMO. There's a warband on the minimap. Gundul.
Has he popped up? Do you know how big a party you need?
No, I just see the little red thing on the minimap. Do you?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so I need to plant 2 more crops and defeat 4 more half-orcs.
I just need the half-orcs.
Alright, 2 more half-orcs, and I'm good. Alright.
Is it piggy time right now?
Sure. May as well, I've got it.
You're not writing jingles.
That's true, because I've got the 2 of them right next to each other. Like, so I'll, like, click and, yeah.
It's hard not to write jingles.
Something like that. I need to shave.
Feeling scruffy?
A little bit. Thank you, Vontu. I know not if many of those you planted will make it through the week, but it fills me with hope that one day Garsfeld will be as beautiful as it once was. You have my thanks.
What business?
Oh, it worked! Those wretched birds got what they had coming, I say. Thank you for your aid. Maybe now some of my crops will actually make it to the next harvest. Oh, I got on my warhorse. I don't know why I got on my warhorse.
Because you could.
Yes.
What brings you to
You
these
ran them
lands?
down. I'm amazed that so many of the rations were untouched. Those greedy goblins never have any patience. Good. Let my father know that this is done. I am certain he has more use for you.
Thank
You have done well.
for your help.
You've done very well, Vontu. I heard joy echoing through Garsfeld in a way I've not for weeks now. Those half-orcs have given us enough trouble. Now that the people are secure, let us fall upon our foes. I am glad you have returned, Vontu. The half-orcs will taste revenge for the destruction they have wrought. You have the thanks of Garsfeld, but as always, there is more to be done. Of course. Vontu, the time has come to bring the fight to these half-orcs. We cannot allow them and the orcs to unite against us in any coordinated fashion. We have struggled hard to hold against the half-orcs alone and would surely fall if they banded together. Travel to their camp and destroy their banners. Show them that such evil will never control even the smallest part of Rohan. Since your attack on the fields, the Goblin Riders have pulled back some of their forces to the half-orc encampment to the northeast of here. We cannot allow them to regroup and set siege upon our crops again. Track them and run them down. Go with haste. You have done much good for Garsfeld, but my curiosity grows as to how much of our once fertile land remains untouched. Outside the town, the half-orcs and Krebine destroyed everything we hold dear. If you would, investigate the fields around Garsfeld and see if there are any signs of life, be it crops or any stragglers who did not heed my father's call to seek shelter within the town. Warseed?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
So you can be on it if you want. They're just hard to get out of town with.
Alright, well, hold on, I'll get on Jingles.
You be on your war steed and it'd be like that little song. It'd be like, I'm slipping, sliding, rubber banding all around. I smell rain.
Like outside?
I would hope so.
I for some reason I thought you meant in-game, and I'm just like, oh, wait, what? Sorry, I'm still a little out of it today, so far. Got to bed really late last night.
You're killing the piggy.
I want bacon. Do you want bacon?
We have bacon in our freezer.
Mm-hmm, we do. But the piggy was bacon.
Not immediately.
No,
You gotta
not
prepare it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I did not cook all of our bacon yesterday.
Well, that's good. You know, when we eventually do move out to the country, would you want to get into, like, curing meats?
I don't know. I have no clue what's even involved.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out. We'll be into smoking them, at least.
Backpack, backpack. These guys don't stand a chance.
Nope. Not against Mr. Melee Runekeeper.
It's been a long time since you were able to melee Runekeep.
That's true. Because you kill everything before I get within melee range.
That's because I'm a stick thrower.
Well, you're a stick shooter.
Now that song's in my head.
You have no one to blame but yourself for putting it there.
It's a good song, at least. I'm bouncing, flouncing, falling all around the ground.
It's sad that that dog is dead.
It is. But it will live on forever in that little song.
It will.
Did we get all the quests inside the camp?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Now we just gotta kill mounted enemies outside the camp.
Yep. I mean, do we want to mount up, or do we just want to... Oh, well, here's the exit.
He ran into the camp.
That's not helpful. Ah, there we go. He's back.
Oh, now he's resetting.
Why did he run into the camp?
Because he's a weirdo. His pathing did something odd.
Yeah, apparently.
Another piggy.
I don't even think I hit this one.
You've just declared war upon pigs.
No, I mean, I love bacon, but that's... I don't even think I hit that one.
It's like those advertisements for those begging strips like 10 years ago.
Yep. Those were clever. I still remember them. It's bacon! Who wants bacon? Me, I want bacon! I'd open it myself, but I don't have opposable thumbs!
Did you get that for scouting point?
Did I what?
Did you get the first scouting point that we passed over?
It said scout... mine still says scout the croft to the south of Garsfeld.
Which ones do you have? Do you have 2 or 3 of them?
I have... 2 or 3 of what?
Scouting locations.
I've not done any scouting. I didn't even realize we were supposed to be doing it. Okay, so I need to be scouting here? What do I do to scout?
Talk to the dead cow.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have not talked to the dead cow. Okay.
We have great skills to be able to talk to a dead cow.
Yeah. Do we want to take on this warband?
The Gundul.
Yeah. It's a small fellowship. I don't really particularly care one way or another.
Would if left to your own devices, would you do it or not?
I don't know. Right now, I kind of want to just finish up this quest line.
Okay. Gundul will always be there.
Yep.
Alright, do you now just have to scout the croft to the southwest?
Yes. Okay, so are you headed that direction?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know we had to scout anything.
Well, except for talking to the dead cow, all the others involved just passing over a spot.
Okay, yes. This craft has suffered massive damage. Nothing remains to save. So, that's it. Yeah, I mean, it says talk to Gistling now.
That's a cool sky.
Yeah, it is. Looks like blood has been spilled this night, though.
There's blood spilled every night.
Basically. Excellent. Their defenses are sufficiently weakened now. My men and I will handle this ourselves. These horrid foes will be driven from our lands. As for you, my father wishes to speak about another matter. Thank you for returning these to us. I had assumed they were merely burning our fields to the ground, but I am glad that some of our crops could be saved. I will have these crops distributed among the people. Orcs. This is far worse than I thought, Vontu. They will soon find ourselves, or we will soon find ourselves surrounded by the very worst of our enemies. We need to take action quickly if Garsfeld is to survive. Good. Those half-orcs will pay for giving us so much trouble. The loss of their banners will symbolize what little stake they will continue to have in our lands. A strong start, to be sure, but we have more work to do. Thank you, Vontu.
I need your help. Thank
Your
you
horse
for your
horse.
help.
Yep, my horse did a horse, of course, of course. They received what they deserved, Vontu. Rohan will hold strong, no matter what the foe. Thank you for your aid. Agoric told me of your efforts to drive the Krebine from our crofts. You aided us greatly, but as always, the Krebine have flocked back to Garsfeld. When the Krebine first arrived, they came from the west. They were simply a nuisance at first. But you can see for yourself what they have done to our crops. I had the crofters set traps near their homes a few weeks back, but since the goblins and half-orcs raided our fields, the traps have been of little use. If you would, travel out to the crofts and thin their numbers. Also, if you could place bait in their traps, we might find at least some success against these fiends. Are you flying a kite?
Yes.
Okay.
It is beautiful.
Well, I just flew.
You flew!
Yeah, see, there's the guitar again.
I am not lucky enough, I guess.
Should we just dismount?
I'm gonna.
It seems like it would be easier.
Did I just hear a witch cackle?
I thought I heard the same thing.
Maybe the Krebine cackle.
Maybe.
Unless you're doing it.
You would know if I was cackling. We are in the same room, after all.
Unless you can throw your voice inside the game.
That I cannot do.
It would be very impressive, though.
It would be, but unfortunately, it is not something I can do. I love how my guy just, like, glides across the ground when I do that skill. Well, because it's an insta-cast, and I can cast it while moving. But he just stands still, and he just...
Yeah, your feet don't move when you're moving,
Yeah.
doing it. You're just magic.
Seems that way. Alright, I got all the traps for the carbine. I'm good to go.
Me too. This is a beautiful morning.
It is. It is very pretty out here. What's that big tower over there?
Tower?
To the right.
You mean like the mountain?
No, there's like a big... Here, come over where I am.
I'm coming.
It's like a whole city, it looks like.
That would be Snowborn, I believe.
This is Snowborn, right there? Okay, I was wondering what that was. But yeah, you see the big spire out there in the distance?
Yeah, that's probably a Gondorian remnant.
Okay, so that's
But yeah,
Snowborn?
that big stone-walled city is Snowborn.
Okay. Yeah, so I had no idea what it was over there.
Horses.
We're in Rohan, everywhere has horses.
Walk into somebody's tornado shelter. There, look, horses.
My only reference for that song, Dill, is the bit they did in Family Guy for it.
I've seen that movie like once, though that is the bit I quote from it.
What movie?
Singing in the Rain. Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, my only reference is what they did in Family Guy with it.
You did very well.
Very good. The Carbine should no longer pose such a threat to us. The time has come for discussion about your actions here and about the future of Garsfeld. But for now, you again have my thanks. Monty, we cannot deceive ourselves any longer. The half-orcs will continue to hound us at every turn. More Carbine will flock here from the west, and with the orcs pushing us from the south, we simply will not survive. Some action must be taken, and while I already know what I feel must be done, I would ask that you speak to two of my most trusted soldiers and my son. Go to them and learn their opinions, then we shall speak again.
We gotta talk to them in order.
Ah.
So, Oddnoth first.
Well, poop. Where
Is
is
this a
this?
bucket of fish?
Looks like it. Oh, well, no, it could also be cleaning rags. For, like, the stone.
I think those look like fish tails sticking out of there.
It could be either.
You're like, I don't want to think that hard about it.
It's a non-interactable piece of the world. I'm not going to care too much. Gisil wishes to know my thoughts, then he shall have them. Garsfeld will fall. Our foes are too numerous, and no aid comes for us from the Reeve. We should flee to Snowborn while we still can. What are you singing?
I've got the epic Rohan music playing in my game right now. It's got like a men's choir singing in it.
You see, I'm not hearing that right now. I'm hearing like the very kind of mild guitar, and now I'm not hearing anything. I will tell you what action should be taken. We should slaughter our foes, every last one. Gizel is the most seasoned warrior among us, yet here he sits, content to converse as our proud town burns to the ground. Albert spits on the ground. There are more than enough of us to defeat any foe we face, but we cower within these walls. I respect my lord, but I have lost my patience. When Gizel is ready to take action, he can tell me himself.
I think he has lost his patience.
I've gathered that much.
Will you aid us?
My father knows my feelings. I am hesitant to abandon the town I've called my home for many years now, but I know that our foes will eventually find their way in. Perhaps if we could evacuate the crofters to Snowbourne, we could at least protect those who cannot defend themselves. I do not know for certain that it will do us any good, but tell my father my thoughts.
He's got two elves just jumping in his face. Father, we've got thoughts.
Ah, yes, all three of them said exactly what I expected. My son and I see eye to eye on this matter. The crofters must be led to safety, for there is no way to hold against these forces. However, with the caravans destroyed between Snowbourne and Garsfeld, many challenges will come with this decision. We have much to discuss.
I need your help.
The time has nearly come for us to set out for Snowbourne with the crofters. My men and I will remain and hold Garsfeld for as long as we are able. Before we go, I require your aid with some final preparations. Gisling and I each have a task for you, and one of the townsfolk, a fellow by the name of Lengar, has also asked for your assistance. Once these matters are dealt with, we will depart for Snowbourne. Vontu to the south is one of our largest farmsteads. Since we know that the orcs have already begun to invade from the south, I fear for anyone still dwelling there. While they resisted my order to seek shelter in Garsfeld, I will not leave them behind when the rest of the crofters depart. Travel to the south and fend off the orcs, at least long enough to see if any have survived. I can only hope we are not too late.
You're so too late.
Yeah, probably.
Success depends upon our strength.
Greetings again, Vontu. I have faith in my father's plan, but in order to not place too heavy a burden upon Snowbourne, many of our rations must travel with the crofters. Our rations are stored about the town, but I need you to gather them for me so that Albert, Odnoth, and I can begin stowing them for the journey. Return to me when you have gathered the rations.
The Rohirrim have need of your
Vontu, I know my
services.
father has great concern for the safety of his people, but I know not if any could survive an orc assault with simple farming tools. When you reach the southern croft, please search for any survivors. If the orcs are already upon them, I truthfully hold little hope. Yet with your aid, perhaps they can be saved. Hurry to the south and rescue any crofters you find. Well, okay.
I'm here to steal your food, lady.
I'm going to point out again that it's just very odd that these people are like, oh, this is a private residence, but please come in and take my things.
She's the one just sitting uselessly in front of a fire. It's not that cold outside.
Was there anything up here?
Nah.
Okay. You're leaving me behind again!
But I found a basket of bread just sitting outside.
Yes, but you're leaving me behind again.
This is exactly where I keep my baskets of bread.
Sitting outside, exposed to the elements where anything can get to them.
The Rohirrim will
Hail,
need
you
your
came to speak with me. You have already done more than the others, as sad as it is to say. These are hard times, aye, but surely we can spare rations for my cat. Do they expect me to let him starve? If you would, grab some rations for me from near the mead hall. The guards are not keen on allowing rations for animals, aside from the horses, of course, so they might get in your way. Best to avoid them if you can, I think. I will be waiting, and please, this would mean so much to me. You will be rewarded in kind.
Ah, we gotta get to that bucket of fish.
So it was a bucket of fish. Jump, piggy!
Piggies aren't known for their great
Well, no,
vertical leaps.
It's that I'm hitting the space bar, but he's not jumping. Nothing. I'm not. Yeah.
Are you standing still when you hit the space bar?
I don't have to be standing still to jump with the space bar.
No, you have to be moving to jump.
Yeah. Well, it's dumb. He didn't want to jump. Well, you are right. This is an unattended bucket of fish.
But you gotta avoid the guards now. Look for eyeballs on your mini-map.
I'll just follow you.
Probably a dumb idea.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, I'm probably going to break my leg in this process, but...
Excuse me.
What business
Oh,
have
where's
you
the
to
cat?
know herein?
Oh, thank you, thank you. I cannot tell you how much this means to me. The guards look at me as though I am crazy, but you trusted in the importance of my request. I fear what would have happened had you not aided me. Here, take this. You deserve it for such a kind deed.
Get a kitty cat.
Yeah, it's a key cat.
Plus another basket of bread.
Yeah, there's one over here, too.
Should check inside that house, too.
Can we go inside? Oh, apparently we can.
Anything in there?
Agilric, but no.
No baskets of bread from him.
Nope. I might be hitting some weird latency issues.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, it's just like the jumping thing and then interacting will occasionally kind of be like I'll I don't know. It's been a weird day.
It's just gonna keep getting weirder.
Yeah, probably. Yep, 2 baskets here. Are you hungry?
Yeah?
I'm starving. All I've had was that banana this morning.
I haven't even finished my banana.
How? I gave that to you before we started streaming.
And yet, here it sits. 2/3 eaten.
You should finish your banana.
Oh, but why?
Yeah, you're kind of somewhat rubber banding a bit.
I was also just kind of running around in one little spot. I don't know if that affected what you were looking at.
I don't know. I'm hitting some weird issues.
He hit me.
Someone's chasing me.
Why would they do that?
Because they're terrible human beings. And by human beings, I mean orcs. Wow, he chased me a long ways.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he's mounted. They'd do that.
Gosh dang it. Go away. I just heard an orc be like, Bada school, or something like that.
I speak.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now please, go away.
Ooh, Crofter's met a grisling end.
But at the end, we can see a man sloped against the pole of the house.
Will you aid the horse?
Untie me, please. They killed everyone. I have to get out of here. To Garsfeld, you say? Yes. Yes, I will go right away. I cannot be here any longer. The families, all of them, gone.
Hey, this place could be like our house in Idaho.
Theoretically. Follow the trail of footprints off the road to snowboard. Yeah, well, let's get up there first.
I was just looking at the river right there.
Yep.
Though I don't know if we'll have a watchtower.
I mean, we could.
We probably couldn't.
Why?
The city might take issue. It costs a lot of money when they take issue.
Yeah, freaking government.
Won't let us put watchtowers on our land.
Won't let us do what we want on our own land.
Don't they know that that removes so much fog of war?
Then you've got HOAs, which are basically mini governments in and of themselves. Okay, so we need to follow footprints.
Yes.
Do you know where those are?
Well, the map is telling me to go this way.
KK.
And that guy was in my way.
French Touch 42, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I found a footy print. A hobbit lay here.
And another.
I like how this guy apparently has a 40-foot stride.
I know, right? As you follow the trail, you spot darkened blood on the ground. Perhaps an orc was slain nearby. I mean, it could be an ent.
Oh, and look at these little blood footy prints.
Even before the body in the distance catches your eye, you can tell that this is the body of an orc. This Rohirrim and his steed were slain by orcs. Gizzle will want to know of this.
Let's keep it a secret. We won't tell Gissel. He can do his own detective work.
He can. I don't know if you're seeing in chat here, but someone's like, I'm without VIP. The game becomes a walking simulator. It's like, well, there is a game called Walking Simulator, I'm sure. I overshot where I needed to go, didn't I?
Only a little bit. Now a lot more of a bit. I was also being chased through town by an orc.
The guards didn't take him out?
Apparently not.
What useless guards? No wonder they're being overrun.
I know, the guards in Bree are more useful than this.
Will you aid the horse lord?
We shall stow these rations away for the journey. Thank you for your aid, Vontu.
You did very
Gissel
well.
sighs heavily. So, even the riders could not escape. What a grim end for my folk. Thank you for telling me, as horrid as the truth is. I will not allow the crofters to come to such a terrible end. We must depart now or risk losing everything. The death of these orcs has brought us nothing except the smallest amount of time. My delay has cost my people dearly. I need time to think, Vontu. Leave me. The preparations are made. It is time for me to alert the crofters so they can gather their belongings. Thank you for their aid. The caravan will have much use of your protection. I must speak with you again before we depart.
You did very well.
One survived after all. My heart is still heavy with guilt, but at least one life was saved. I do not recognize this man, though. Perhaps he's come from the Westfold. No matter, he must join the caravan south.
I need you to do this.
The preparations have been made, Vontu. My people make ready as we speak. They must reach the safety of Snowborn, for no other place in the Sutcrofts will keep them from harm. The Reeve of the Sutcrofts, Fastred, is a brash young man, but a caring leader. He will not suffer the deaths of his people if they could easily be saved by our actions. I cannot thank you enough for the aid you have provided me and my people. It is unfortunate that our paths must split, but it is my duty to hold Garsfeld till my last. When you are ready to depart, speak with me. Time grows short. Should we leave it here? We could make the whole episode, the journey to Snowborn next week.
If you want.
Yeah, we've got stuff we got to get to today. So, thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Thank you so much, Ivan and French, for following us. We really appreciate the small but slowly growing community that we've got here. We will be back next Saturday, but until then, I'm Vanlin.
I'm Yummy Elf.
And this is Cow Elf Gaming. We'll catch you next week.
Thank you, everyone.